I do most of my gaming on an Xbox nowadays, and that means some days are nothing but a celebration of my video game hobby. But other days, I'm just left scratching my head at what in the world is going on here. Let's dissect that a little bit. My Xbox has this amazing thing called dynamic backgrounds. And truth be told, these are really well made. If you would for a moment, look at the bottom of this screen. The UI is done in a way so that we can see the brilliance of these dynamic backgrounds. So the question I have to ask is, Xbox, what is this? As someone who has two younger brothers who both have PS5s, I can't deny that the PS5 UI is just simply better. Now, if rumors are true, Xbox sales are definitely struggling in 2023, specifically compared to the PS5. And you know what? After the 2022 Xbox had, that's not really a surprise. But if you want to take the glass half full approach to this, there is a literal ocean of people out there who have not bought an Xbox yet. So how about modernizing your UI so that when they all eventually do buy them, they'll be just that much more excited about their purchase. The UI design you're seeing on screen is literally all that I would need. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below if this is what you'd like or if you'd like something else. A growing trend that has become all too apparent recently is how often it seems games are skipping out on the Xbox platform. Right here is probably where I would normally talk about Square Enix and all the games that show up and don't show up on the platform, but due to some recent discoveries, I think I'm going to stay a little quiet for now. Though I will say, the fact that Octopath Traveler 2 is not on Xbox feels really weird. But it's happening elsewhere as well. At the recent Nintendo Indie World Direct, Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals was also announced. And guess what? It was everywhere except Xbox. I really hope that this does not become a trend. And I say trend because I actually saw this trending on Twitter about a week ago. The funny thing about all this is there's actually a way to prevent all of this from happening. You need to bring more people to your platform so that these third parties want to have their games on your service. I meant to say platform, but I said service because I'm such a Game Pass junkie. I suppose that was a Freudian slip. But regardless, the more people on your platform, the more people want to have their video games on your platform. You see how it works? Coming soon. You know what? That's like the perfect transition to what we need to talk about next. Everyone on planet Earth and beyond has seen this splash screen. However, if we dive just a bit deeper, there's a couple things I want to point out. Before presumably all the big titles really start dropping for Xbox, we know that Game Pass is an indie machine. But there's a couple of indie titles that have gone completely silent. For starters, how about Cocoon? Where'd you go? This seems like a really intriguing title. This is from a couple of ex-Playdead developers who created Inside, one of my favorite games. But apparently, it's not going to make that everything you see here is going to release within the next year window either. Another title that I've been very intrigued with was Replaced. Now, I understand they were specifically affected with the whole Ukraine war, so completely understandable. But this feels like yet another one of those titles that Microsoft really should be trying to help promote even further. Similar to what they've been doing with another game that has gone silent, but I'm hoping that we hear more from soon, Stalker 2. We did get an updated trailer saying it's going to be releasing sometime within 2023. I'm not sure if that's just hopeful thinking, but something Microsoft really needs to do at the Bethesda Microsoft Showcase in June is highlight both of these games. And another really strange, I don't even know what the right word would be here, but Forza Motorsport. What in the world is going on with this title? I'm all for letting games cook and making sure developers complete their games and polish them up, but it's the messaging. You remember the developer direct? We all praised it. That's a good thing. Microsoft's actually talking to us more than once or twice a year. But Microsoft has also time and time again promised games releasing that don't release. This is another one. Not only did it not get a release date in the developer direct, we actually thought it was going to be releasing last fall 2022. Now it might be releasing fall 2023. Microsoft's PR team really needs to sit down and streamline the way that they get information out to fans. Quit with the confusion. I just can't wait for the day that I can actually read an Xbox social media account and trust what they're saying. Right now, that is far from the case, and that's a problem, especially if you're wanting to continue to help develop and build a community of video gamers around your product. And speaking about that product, I don't think I'm going too far out on a limb to say that Game Pass is that product. And in order to continue to sell Game Pass, you need to start giving us the big titles. Honestly, at this point, it just feels redundant. But yes, Starfield, hit the freaking date. And in the June showcase, absolutely kill it. You need to show us a ton. Remind people why so many of us call you God Howard, Todd. It is time. And please, don't leave any room for doubts, because you know people are going to pick apart every little bit that you show. But let's just assume Starfield is a given. You need to hit us with the rest of those big titles that you've been promising for what feels like years. Come to think of it, in some cases, it actually is years. Hello, Perfect Dark. I think by now all of you have seen that unrecord footage that's going around all over social media. Believe it or not, it's a pretty common rumor that that's what a lot of people think that Perfect Dark is going to be like. Obviously with significantly more style. But here's the problem, because I can't trust anything that Microsoft says. We're wanting this, but I feel like there's a possibility we're going to end up getting this. Now, all jokes aside, I grew up playing Perfect Dark and I absolutely freaking loved it, and I would love to see Joanna Dark get a chance to come back into the spotlight. Keyword spotlight, which means you actually need to show us some updates. Another big one is Obsidian's Avowed. Now, you can either love or hate Skyrim all you want, but a lot of people consider Avowed the first legit shot of a game that can rival it. Now, to be fair, that's all just going off the fact that Obsidian's making it, because we haven't seen anything of this game other than a couple of quick shots. And you know, I was actually scrounging through the internet trying to find, I remember Obsidian saying back in like 2021 or 2022 that we'd be hearing from this game soon. And it's been complete radio silence. This is yet another freaking example of someone at Xbox needs to sit down with these people and get the messaging correct. If you don't have anything to say, stay quiet. Because when you have random developers saying things and then all of a sudden going silent, it makes everything feel so discombobulated. And that absolutely is a criticism that has been thrown at Xbox for good reason. But it is far past time for us to figure out what exactly is the scope of this game. And I can already hear a lot of the gamers out there saying that, hey, they need to focus on Starfield till it releases. But here's the thing, because of the situation Xbox has put themselves in, we need to get excited for what's happening this summer and fall and winter, but we also need to know what is coming in 2024. Why are you buying an Xbox? For good reason, Avowed is probably point number one for a lot of people. The second part of that 1-2 punch is you gotta show Fable. Even more so than Avowed, there's been lots of murmurings about a lot of troubles in development with this game. Put those to rest. If you want the Xbox brand to continue to be more trusted, this would be one of those times to show that, hey, we know what we're doing, stop worrying, look how amazing it is. And I gotta be honest, that's not gonna be easy to do because you gave it to the race car group. Playground Games makes amazing games, but it remains to be seen if this is something they can pull off. And they have a lot to pull off, by the way, because you got to get the humor right too, the dark humor. And I don't know if that's easy to actually portray. Hopefully, we'll find out soon. And then the final two games that I quickly wanted to talk about were one, HellBlade 2. I'm sorry, maybe I'm not in the same camp as everyone else here, but if this game doesn't come out this fall/winter, I'm going to be unbelievably disappointed. I really think that Xbox needs like an August, September, October, November release of banger after banger. This needs to be one of the four there. Ninja Theory feels like they are quietly becoming one of the most important developers for the Xbox brand, and it's now time to show the industry what makes you so special. And then there's Contraband. This game was shown really quickly last year and then just kind of went away. I'm hoping they've been silent because they're just busy polishing the game and getting it ready for release. But this is yet another game that needs to come out because I think it's going to surprise a lot of people. I would slot this in as my August release game, with September being Starfield, October being Forza, and then wrapping up in November with HellBlade 2. As far as new product announcements go, I'm actually not too keen on that. I think Xbox truly needs to focus on their Xbox Series X supply. That is continuing to hurt them because the market seems to be going further and further away from the Series S. I don't see Xbox doing anything in the VR department, so I have no worries there. As far as handhelds go, I think third party is going to be the way to go here. xCloud just gives you that availability. I don't think there's any reason for them to invest in their own in-house handheld product. The only thing that truly makes sense for me is the controller. I mentioned earlier that I have 2 younger brothers who have PS5s, and I really do like the PS5 DualSense controller. Now don't get me wrong, I love my Xbox controller, but just like at the beginning of this video, my complaints with the UI and it not feeling like you got that newish shine from one generation to the next, the same could be said about the controller. Now I get it, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but I think it's time to get some 2023 technology thrown into that thing. Again, I've seen some pretty cool mock-ups on the internet. Let me know if there's anything that catches your guys' eyes. I'm trying to think if there's anything else here. I think product-wise, that's about it. As far as just what Xbox can do to continue to help bring more and more excitement to the brand, I actually wouldn't mind seeing them do another Hi-Fi Rush-esque style shadow drop. I know there's mixed opinions on whether or not that was a success or not, but I really liked it. I got that just surprise feeling in my stomach when that drop happened. I love when things like that happen. I would like to see more of it. And Xbox certainly has enough studios under their umbrella to pull that one off. But yeah, I think that's it. If there's anything I've missed, please let me know. What is it you would like to see Xbox do? What would get you truly excited if you heard the announcement? Let me know in the comments below. Oh, you know what? There is actually one other thing that I would love to see Xbox do.